Talanoa Hufanga went down. Ji'Ayir Brown went in. He had kind of a rough game against the Eagles. He was freaking great. I thought he was really, really great against the Seahawks. And I have a hot take. He's better than Talanoa Hufanga. This guy is a legit playmaker. And he has upgraded the 49ers secondary. And next year, it's going to be kind of cool to see what it looks like with both of them on the field. This guy is way rangier than Talanoa. He can get from center field to the sideline. That first play that was broken up by Travarius Ward was almost intercepted by Ji'Ayir Brown. I don't think Talanoa Hufanga gets there. This guy's a huge addition to the defense. Sorry, I questioned him.
No question. No question. And you know what? I agree with you that Jair's better than Hufanga. He hits harder. He's a better coverage player. He's a more forceful tackler. He's a more consistent tackler. But Talanoa has incredible instincts.
He's just better.
I think Talanoa is just the one. I think Ji'Ayir is the better player. I really do. I was wondering if they could play together, but now I don't wonder that, because when I watch Ji'Ayir, it's clear to me, Grant, that he could play in the box or he can play coverage down the field.
Yeah.
He's got great instincts in coverage. He takes away the football. I think next year what you're going to see is they're going to move on from Gibson, and Hufanga's going to start at strong safety, and I think Brown's going to start at free safety.
I agree.
I love Brown. I think Brown's really confident too. The other thing he brings a swagger and a belief and a confidence that's off the charts. And I asked him yesterday, I said, you talked to Hufanga at all? And he's like, yeah, he's in my ear. He's giving me advice. I guess Talanoa gave Ji'Ayir Brown some lucky beads, and he had the beads in his locker.
I have a friend who was adamant when the Niners drafted Ji'Ayir Brown that he's the second coming of Ed Reed. And he was just like going on and on. He's like, look at the 40 times, look at the this is Ed Reed 2.0. And I'm not saying that Ji'Ayir Brown is Ed Reed 2.0, but man, he's around the ball a lot. He flies around. He hits hard. Ed Reed was a great player. If the Niners have someone in that mold, that would be really, really cool. I think he's really improved his defense. He should have had 2 picks in the last game. Fred Warner got one away from him.
I know. You know what Ji'Ayir Brown is? I read this in the Dane Brugler scouting report before the draft. He's the New Jersey leader in steals, in career steals in basketball.
Wow.
He's like, he blew out the record, and he owns the career record for steals. Now, what do you need? You watch basketball.
Really
what do you need to steal the ball in basketball? You need to have anticipation and quickness, and you've got to have a little gambler's mentality, and you got to be competitive, and your first and second step have to be true and quick. He's got it. So we're seeing it. There's 2 things that translate from college to the pros: sacks and picks. And this guy picked the ball off a ton at Penn State, and he's doing it again in the NFL. I mean, I think he's really, really good. I really do. I think he's going to be he's going to be a 10-year starter back there. I really believe that.
Yeah, he'll be better next year. He'll be bigger. The Japanese 49ers fan says Purdy is the most valuable player in the league by definition, considering his contract. That is true.
Well, there's that too.
That is true. I like that. Wesley Brooks says, why is no one talking about Fred Warner as Defensive Player of the Year?
That's a great question.
Check it out on BetUS right now. Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, check that out. I mean, and Myles Garrett's had a huge year, and let's be totally honest. We put more on sacking the quarterback, and Fred Warner
not even on the board.
He's not. Who is on the board? Myles Garrett.
It's not even on the board. It's Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett. It's coming down to those 2 guys. TJ Watt's got an outside chance, and no one else is in the conversation.
It's a great point by Wesley, though.
I don't know the question, Wesley.
It's a great question. You know why it's a great question? Because Fred Warner, the game is about coverage now, but the game's a passing game. And this guy's the best. Yeah. I don't know. You've been watching ball a long time, too. I think he's the best coverage linebacker I've ever seen. I think he makes plays in coverage that are fantastic. But we don't respect coverage or value coverage. We value going forward, not backward.
It's also zone coverage, which people don't quite know how to appreciate. Like, he's not lining up shadowing receivers man to man, but the way he sort of plays center, like short, he's like the shortstop. You just can't throw it around him. He's huge. He's 6'3". He's got great anticipation. He just takes away the middle of the field in a way I've never seen anyone do it. What a weapon. Marty Doberman, thank you for being a member for so long. Brother Bob, not a fan of you. Iglet agreed, just win the damn Super Bowl, nothing less. Credit.
Brother Bob is
Official
not a
Being
fan.
Music 88 says, hate to see him get slighted all the time because I feel like he's such a good talent, such a good quarterback. He's the main reason why we were playing so well. Trent Williams last year on Jimmy. Hollow words. Yeah, Trent just says stuff that sounds good. I love Trent. Zaid, thank you. Moonman, Grant, Mr. Media, and Larry lives one of the best show. I can't read. Thank you, though. Moises Rosales says Larry's been preaching Purdy since 2022. Training camp, insane. Major props. Agree. So crazy the series of events that needed to happen to get us here. So crazy. Randall says Dak gets to run his MVP numbers up against poop teams. Hey, wait a second. Both the Niners and the Cowboys play in the NFC. The NFC is poop. There are 5 teams above 500 in the NFC. Did you know that? There's 11 in the AFC. Did you know that?
No, I didn't
what
know
a
that.
poop conference. Poop. It's a clinical term.
I mean, hey, let's be honest.
Zaid,
Cowboys.
Wisnowski averaging 30. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to say the Cowboys haven't. They really are a bully team, Grant. When they get up against these bad teams, they destroy them. Philly literally is the first really good team that they've played all year that they've beaten, and I don't know how good Philly is right now, this moment.
Yeah, I agree. I still feel like I'm not taking Dallas seriously, but I feel like they'd beat Pittsburgh and Jacksonville too. I don't know. I don't think those teams are that good. Elite Archer says Kyle being a liability is more of a story than Brock Purdy. Yeah, Kyle's the one with the skeletons in the closet. Rev Russ says Niners have the best roster in the NFL, and they still have over $40 million in cap space. John Lynch for MVP. Hey, I'm with it. Only guy I ever seen tackle better than Fred is Patrick Willis. This is Matthew Sanders. I think Dre Greenlaw.
Patrick Willis.